Brewer and Nash model, also called the Chinese wall model, is a security framework designed to prevent conflicts of interest in environments where access to competing organizations' data could create ethical or legal problems. It focuses on one primary goal: ensuring that users who access information from one company cannot access sensitive data from its direct competitors. This model is particularly important in consulting, legal, and financial services where professionals work with multiple clients in the same industry. Before diving into how the model works, let's understand the problem it solves. Imagine a financial analyst at a consulting firm. They review confidential financial data from company A major smartphone manufacturer. If they can then access similar data from company B, a competing smartphone manufacturer, they could use insights from one to benefit the other, create unfair advantages, or leak competitive intelligence. This creates a conflict of interest. The model organizes information into three levels. At the bottom level, we have objects, which are individual files or data like financial reports and strategy documents. These objects belong to a company dataset, which contain all data from one specific organization. Finally, company data sets are grouped into conflict of interest classes, which bring together all competing companies in the same industry. Once you access data from one company in a class, you are blocked from competitors in that same class. The Brewer and Nash model enforces its protection through one dynamic rule that adapts based on your access history. This is called the Chinese wall rule because once you access one company's data, an invisible wall goes up between you and their competitors, just like a physical wall separating conflicting parties. A user can access an object only if that object belongs to the same company dataset they have already accessed, or if the object belongs to a completely different conflict of interest class that they haven't accessed yet. This means your first access in any conflict class is completely unrestricted. You can choose any company you want. However, after accessing one company's data, all competitors in that class become blocked. The good news is you can still access companies in different conflict classes that you haven't touched yet. The wall builds dynamically as you access information, creating a unique access pattern based on your choices. Here's how this works in practice. A consultant opens files from a company A, an automotive manufacturer. The system records they have accessed the automotive conflict class through company A. They are now permanently blocked from company B and company C, company A's direct competitors in the automotive conflict class. Later that day, the consultant needs to work on a telecommunications project. Since they haven't accessed the telecommunications conflict class yet, they can freely choose to work with company X. Once they open company X files, they are blocked from company Y and company Z, company X's competitors. The wall now exists in two industries for this consultant. They can work with company A and company X, but all their competitors are permanently blocked. The key insight is that restrictions are user specific and history dependent. Another consultant at the same firm might have access company B instead of company A, creating a different wall. This model doesn't use static clearance levels. Your access history determines what you can and cannot see. And once you cross into a company's data set, that decision is irreversible for that conflict class. While Brewer and Nash effectively prevents conflict of interest, it has challenges in real world environments. As users access more companies across different industries, they build more walls and progressively lose access to more competitors. This can severely restrict user access over time. Eventually, a long term employee might be blocked from large portions of the organization's client base. Organizations may need multiple users to cover all clients, and they must carefully plan which consultant works with which clients. The operational complexity increases because once assigned, those decisions are permanent. There is no mechanism to reset or modify historical walls without creating a new user account, which means losing institutional knowledge. The model also doesn't address other security concerns like confidentiality levels within a company's data or integrity verification. Organizations typically combine Brewer and Nash with other access controls and monitoring systems to address these gaps. I hope this overview helps you understand the Brewer and Nash model and why it remains essential for organizations managing conflicts of interest in competitive environments. If you're preparing for your CISSP exam, check out the LSM CISSP practice test in the description. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next cybersecurity video.